Scorpio, I just want to say thank you so much because last week's turnout was phenomenal. Whether it was from you just watching the video longer or recommending it and sharing it on your social media platforms, liking it or interacting in the comments, whatever it was, that video did better than most of the other videos that I have ever done. So thank you so much for that amazing support. I wonder I know you're ready. I know you're ready for what's coming because you've waited for it for a very long time. And the concept of a Scorpio being able to be happy is very dangerous. It is the limb that you least want to step out on. Other limbs and other crash and burns, you don't care or you're excited by. But this concept of, do I dare to let myself be happy, is scary. And so it's time to face your biggest fear. Because this energy is asking you to let in the light. It's asking you to let in all the bountifulness of joy that could very well have been denied to you or you have been denying to yourself for so long. It's a new path. A call to do something that you might not have expected yourself to ever do. But it is in making these different choices that you are getting a different scenario. And it's bringing you further and further and further into happiness. And you may this week, because of the precarious flow of the moon and its relative positions in its relative position in the cosmos right now, what could put bumps in your road, what will be putting the bump in your road is all of the realizations that a lot of the bad choices that were made in the past had to do with addiction instead of just what you liked or who you were. It's too often that we identify ourselves with the bad aspects of ourselves, the aspects of ourselves that hurt us, that make us sick. And then we identify ourselves as sick and we sort of dress that up and festoon it for everybody to brag about it as if it's something that we should show off. And here's the cold, harsh realization that it was almost like putting your corpse on a stick and waving it around Times Square and saying, look how awesome it is. Look how amazing it is. And all you were really doing was making yourself look crazy. And it's waking up to that fact of, I don't need this shit in my life anymore. I don't need the darkness as my shield. I don't need that protective strip that I've always put in front of me with the shadow side, because only the brave will pass through. Only the equally mentally disturbed will pass through. And therein lies bad relationships, whether it is of the romantic kind or etc. Because that's really what you're doing there. It really what had nothing to do with qualifying who will get you or who will understand you. When there was so much about you that you didn't understand, so much about you that needed to have sunlight and be watered and deserved to be. You know, you're not going to lose your edge when you become your whole self. You actually refining of the edges. It's true. It's a circle doesn't really have any edges, right? And so the more edges we have, the more unbalanced, the more unhealthy, the more unhappy. And so the truth is, if you think about it, the most dangerous slope to be on is that full circle, because edges give us crevices, they give us places to stop, they give us places to hide. But when you're on that full circle, you don't have any hiding anymore. And you have to be expert level to maintain a steady flow. And this is your ready point. This is that moment in your life when you get to be whole and not have to worry about edges and the infections that get stuck in them, and looking to meet up with somebody who has equally as jagged edges, and calling that love when it's not. Because love is really when two whole people come together, right? And they just connect. And they can roll with each other instead of having to, kind of fit into one another. And it's time for you to go for it. It's time for you to release and relinquish all of those things and not look back, even to those parts of yourself that are trying to make you feel bad now, right? And that's another caveat that's coming up. It's like those shadows or those zombie parts of yourself that are reaching up and saying, no, you have to stay stuck here. You have to stay with me. You're a bad friend if you don't. You're a bad parent if you don't. You're a bad this if you don't. You're a bad that if you don't. That's really not the case at all. You're just liberated if you don't. You're free if you don't. You're smart if you don't. And so there will definitely be this time in your life when you get to just walk into the direction of your true self. And it will be this opening through the creative process or creativity, something that you're inspired to create, to build, to grow. Moving you through and pulling you through into the light, which is your true and complete possibility, because that's really what we're working in right now. Scorpios, it's all about your true and complete possibility and trusting in that divine impulse to believe in yourself. Yeah, it comes down. It sounds weird. It sounds weird, but that's kind of what it is. It's this divine impulse to just believe in yourself, to go for it, and not be scared and not look back. And that there's this understanding of maybe this understanding of leveling up. And that's kind of the good news this week, is that there is a leveling up factor here. There is an offer, there is an opportunity, there is a deal, there is a conduit for happiness. And interestingly enough, it started out with allowing yourself. It's almost like you started to recalibrate yourself by setting up this new understanding of life, this new interaction with life through a different kind of love affair. It's almost like that has helped you recalibrate yourself. You know, it's almost like you needed that external, gauge of, if I can make this work, I can maybe step into other places that I once considered too preppy or too geeky or too nerdy or too this or too that. And it's like, enough with the prejudices, enough with the stereotypes. That's just fear, and fear is behind you now. And no more of that, because what you really want, you have a right to want. What you really want, you were programmed to want by the God in the heavens. Before you came to earth, you knew that you were going to want this. And so now want it so bad that no amount of self-hate or fear can keep you from it. Now is the time to want something with your whole and complete self, to the point where you will even face yourself for it and recognize those aspects of yourself that have been keeping you from it, that have been not allowing you, that have been telling you those negative messages in your head. Tell them to shut up, go away. You don't need them anymore, and they're not welcome anymore. This is my area. I own this. You have no power over me. And you'll know that they're resisting, because they will get louder. Now, these voices could be voices from people in your life that basically aren't supposed to be in your life, right? Those people who, when you're getting healthier and your life is moving forward, they're getting pissed. They're getting upset. They're getting aggravated. Those are the voices that you literally had to lie to yourself for an extended period of time to keep in your life. And those are the voices that are going to be getting louder now, because you're starting to do things that are healthy and that are making you happy and that are helping you to prosper and advance and grow in directions. Oh, people that go that direction are sellouts. Oh, people that go that direction are, part of the establishment and they're part of the problem. No, people that go in that direction are getting sunlight. And that's what you deserve too. And this is the week where we have to face our negative programming, that self-programming, that programming that we've reiterated by the people that we've gotten ourselves involved with. This is the week when it really, all smacks us and you're just like, done. Move the fuck out of my way. I just so deserve more than what I've settled for. What is it that you truly, truly want? Because this is the week to grab it without any apologies. There will be a lot of people trying to hold you back and trying to keep you from those desires that basically will lead you away from them. Now, this isn't about a breakup necessarily. I don't think so at all. In fact, I feel like a new daring, a new chance that you took on a new kind of relationship, and it may be a new friend, somebody that you normally wouldn't have been friends with, somebody that you normally wouldn't have dated, a job that you normally wouldn't have taken, something out of the ordinary that you just basically had to take a leap of faith because something about it called to you. You did it, and all of a sudden it's like, I like myself better now than I ever have. And this was what I damned and bastardized all along. And I swear to God, Scorpio, you keep moving for the light. No matter how many tomatoes get thrown at you, no matter how many people shriek, and it doesn't matter. You need to keep moving toward the light. This is time. This card says, let the wild rumpus begin, because you're not going to a more boring place. You're not going to a deadbeat place. You're not going to an unfun place. You're going to a place of joy. You're going to a place of happiness. You're going to a place where people are going to celebrate with you, but they're not going to expect you to get cracked out. They're not going to expect you to get high. They're not going to expect you to get drunk to prove how brave you are. They're not going to expect you to do anything that will self-harm. Instead, this is a way for you to celebrate and make yourself healthier. And this could be a sort of a metaphor for where you're headed. Not necessarily a party, but just a way of being where the joy never stops, where it doesn't require another bottle of alcohol, where it doesn't require another joint, where it doesn't require another bad date with another bad person. It doesn't require a high, because it's sustainable and it's balanced and it's whole. You're very close to achieving your goals. And I'm going to read these to you in succession because that's how they need to be read. You and your loved ones are safe. This fear of disappointing the people that we love or not being able to take care of those that we love, you can. Not only can you, but you are actually moving closer to be able to do it better than you ever have before, right? Surrender to the divine. Just let the God in you keep calling you and pushing you forward. Continue that leap of faith. Believe in the impossible, which was those things in your brain that your brain was constantly trying to tell you, or that voices outside of you were constantly trying to tell you, it's impossible, this doesn't exist. You're about to make the impossible exist. You're about to make the impossible true. As low as you feel, as weird as you feel, and you could probably feel it, almost maybe a clinginess, a scaredness, like, but I need you guys, I took a leap of faith in you guys, you new people, I know my old friends want me back, they're calling me, and it's almost like, no, stop. These new people are in my life, they're a reality, they're the truth. These new opportunities are in my life, they're a reality, they're a truth. I'm reacting to fear right now. I'm reacting to the siren call of what will give me instantaneous gratification, and I recognize that, so that the next time it happens, I don't fall into the pit anymore. I keep walking toward my light. A time to give rather than take. Balance spirituality and practicality. Beautiful energy, because this is Virgo energy. In other words, having to find that balance between give and take, between the heart and the mind, and the fact that they should both be working together, and the fact that so often Scorpionic energy is pulling you guys toward extremes, and that's not the case at all. True I talked about this, I think, last time. True kind of harmoniously vibrating Scorpio energy is about being able to balance the extremes, not being afraid of any of the extremes, and not having to live in one or the other, and not having to justify who you are. You are Scorpio. You are the bridge between the life and death. You are not death. You are not life. You are the bridge between. And if people don't fucking get that, well, get the fuck out of the way. I got to do me. That kind of energy, that kind of confidence, a time to give rather than take, but I see this as giving your all into your circumstance right now. Balance spirituality and practicality, your heart and your mind. It's almost like it's not a time to give rather than take. It's a time to give and take. It's a time to be doing both simultaneously and allow that flow to happen continuously. Prosperity lies ahead. Bring love into the situation. This is Taurus energy, Aquarius energy, something that started in Aquarius season, or a friendship turning into a far more powerful and physical. Your relationship could be leveling up right now. You could be finally being able to open yourself up and trust somebody and be physical with them. A friendship turning into a far more sensual situation. Also prosperity through a relationship, through a new friendship. Like this opportunity that's coming. It's almost also, if you can help somebody now, you're actually helping yourself. This a sense of open the door for somebody, because that person is going to now pull you through the door afterward. Like that's what's happening right now. And maybe that's what give and take means, is watch for those opportunities and it's not going to be like you're looking, right? It's going to be like, I know I can help this person. I know the solution. And then just make the call and do it, set it up. And you now are creating almost a vacuum effect where they're just going to pull you along with, because you created the momentum. It's almost like you're not creating the person, you're not creating the opportunity, you're creating the flow. And you're going to be able to ride that flow too. Like create the pathway, because that's a conduit for your greatness as well. I'm just saying, there's big breakthroughs this week. Right? For all the people who can stomp on their zombies and not get called down by them or tempted back by them. There's huge breakthroughs coming for you, Scorpio. Art and roots came up. And I thought of these cards the most, kind of thinking to myself, what the hell is this supposed to mean? And it really is your creative side, who you really are. Who are you really? Don't be afraid of it. There's also something that you can catch at the root. You can catch at its inception. There's this opportunity to bring something into life that you are excited about, fucking psyched about, because you see the potential in it, maybe where other people don't. Do it, make the investment, because you see what other people don't. And you don't have to sit around and explain. Your commitment is being tested. You are good enough. This is the other side of Virgo energy. This is the time to give rather than receive. And you are good enough. You are good enough for a reciprocal relationship. Your commitment to yourself is being tested. Maybe your commitment to somebody else is being tested. These new relationships that are still new, so they're still scary. And how is it going? You don't know how it's going to work. This is why things are an adventure. This is why they're important. Making a decision as to which direction you're going to take. Committing yourself to a direction and going that direction, and not thinking of all the other directions that you didn't take as if they were somehow magical when the path you are on is not. That is not true. You are the magic. So any path you're on is the magic. Dare to be happy and just sing. And I think that this is the core to the whole reading, is as long as you continue to vibe with your own true happiness and your own true spirit, then Scorpio, you will continue to radiate that and vibrate that out. Singing is the sharing of your joy. It's the sharing of your soul. And this is the companionship, the partnership, the allowing yourself to just be loved and nurtured, and you are good enough, and give and take. So in other words, something is nurturing you and you are sharing you with the world. Not like you're giving away all those nutrients. No, you're sharing the you with the world. There's a lack of fear in you now. A sort of just a happiness, a breakthrough. That it's just a breakthrough. And I feel like it's unexpected. Somebody's watching you. Somebody's watching you and keeping tabs on you, keeping an eye on you. This could be taking a relationship to a different level, or traveling for a relationship. Traveling somewhere, going somewhere. Like really, or changing the way your relationship to love itself and your expectations for it. There's a much more liberated aspect around love right now for you, whereas it's not as contained. There's no more expectations. The expectations don't exist anymore. There's just let love be love. Honestly, assess. This is you leveling up. Or take the lead. That's you leveling up. Stepping out, putting your creative self first, allowing people to see your creation, discuss it, talk about it, openly own it publicly, be able to let people see it, but also own it. It's yours. Put your stamp on it, put your certificate on it, put your patent on it, but like step it out. Absolutely. And honestly assess the situation. This is really interesting. Because we have heart in one hand and something else in the other. And I feel like it's just what we were talking about. Using your heart and mind to see the way forward. The whole, the entirety, including you. You're at the center of it. It's almost like things are just starting to work out for you. And you have to let yourself trust it. Scorpio. Trust the happiness. Trust where the happiness is. That's the scariest aspect for you right now, is trusting the happiness. You are never alone. This is a sense of being... Your commitment is being tested. That could be the person that you're with is going somewhere, or you're going somewhere, you're traveling somewhere, they're traveling somewhere, or it's just a sense of, do I have to be right on top of each other for this relationship to work? That being the test of the relationship. Because if you are soon to forget the person as soon as you don't get to see them every day, it's probably because they're not your person. And that has to be the demon that you face. That has to be the truth. Don't fight it. Don't struggle it. Don't struggle with it. Be like, okay, I'm not as into them as I thought I was. Or when they go away, this sense of wanting to stay connected, still feeling connected, maybe going away with them. You know, all of a sudden having to like realize, I want this connection. This is a good connection. How do I maintain this connection? Either way, your commitment is being tested, is telling you that that commitment is showing you a lot of where you are right now. To honestly assess where you are right now and what you really want out of life. And the only decision that is correct is where your happiness lies. Not where your obligations or your commitments lie, not where what you wanted yesterday or what you thought you wanted when you were 5 lie, none of that. Where is your happiness drawing you to? The miracles are endless. So this is gifts from God, a gift from God. I told you the abundance is rampant. This is also Taurus energy, lots of sensual energy, lots of 3D energy, like some sort of profit or abundance is coming into you this week. Time to heal, Got to purge that poison. Why? Because when this abundance comes in, all this poison will do is poison it and make it sick. So we've got to get healthy. We've got to get well. We've got to purge the poison before the abundance comes in, so that the abundance will be safe or reach a safe place. Really interesting shit. Oh, I didn't even say to you guys, Scorpio, there's always an extended video. Always. So that link is in the description box below. What that is a full tarot card, well, it's a tarot card reading that articulates all this subjective energy. It's very articulate, and it gives you the ifs, ands, buts, the particulars, and the way forward, the challenges and how to handle them. It's a 2-in-1 reading because it also includes the Scorpio specific, I just saw this, the Scorpio specific defensiveness. Preview of tarot, very interesting. The Scorpio specific romance reading. I do a romance specific reading every single week, and it's always in the extended. So that link is below. Please hop on over there when you're finished with this video. Brief pause. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do. Also, like this video and share it on your social media platforms, because that really helps the channel grow and other people get introduced to it. Also, ring that bell and make sure you hit all notifications so you know when I upload your sun sign, your moon sign, the messages for your rising sign, the messages for other people's signs. I upload a new message for all 12 zodiac signs every single week. They are not time sensitive, but they are fresh off the press. So get them while they're hot, as soon as they come out. I also invite you to come over and join me on Instagram, because I do live daily tarot card readings over there Monday through Friday, where we can actually interact live. And I post a lot more personal stuff over there too. So if you're curious of Born Without Boundaries, a little bit more personal version, that's always over on Instagram. And Vimeo. You can subscribe directly to Vimeo. You'll get access to the extended and romance readings as soon as they come out, about a day before that you have access through the link on YouTube, as well as that's where I post my weekly astrological forecasts, which are totally free. And those are time sensitive. So watching them as soon as they come out is really sharp, because then you'll be able to be taken from step one, day by day throughout the, I'm sorry, Mercury shadow period is still really getting to me. You'll be able to be taken through the day by day of the week and know what to expect. This energy is going to permeate a lot of aspects of your life, but that tarot and romance reading will give you the specifics that you need. So there's lots of different ways to interact with this content, and I hope that you enjoy it all. A preview to your tarot card reading is defensiveness. Is it something you're protecting yourself from, or is it something you're denying yourself? We'll get into that in tarot, but let me do the angel card readings really quick. I don't like when these videos go beyond the 28 mark. Oh, I love you, angels. Okay, we have 2 angel cards that popped out. Vision, and we were talking about visualization. That's interesting. A positive outcome requires a positive vision. Visualize everyone involved in your present situation surrounded by light and love. Make sure to include yourself also. Your love has the power to influence and transform the current events. And you can take that last line however it pertains. Imagine, clearly visualize the life you want. Feel it in your heart and soul, and so it will come to be. And a lot of this week is about facing the fears that are going to try to stop you along the way before you get everything that you want. Let's go to tarot. The link is below. I'll see you guys over there.